Three, two, one, podcast. Welcome to this week's episode of the CC Mouse Podcast. I am Dan, and you can find me everywhere at RFS Dan.
And I'm Jess, and you can find me everywhere at Snow Dogs Vlogs.
So, Jess, I was looking at the comments from last week's podcast on our Facebook page, and a lot of people brought to our attention, as did you, that the Sonic the Hedgehog movie, that is not going to be their quote-unquote final design for Sonic.
Yeah, we found out, like half an hour after we finished recording our podcast, that the director tweeted out that, oh, we heard your cries and pleas and hatred.
We will change it.
Now, you know what? You're bringing that up, and now I actually have a concern about this. So, where does the line get drawn when it comes to artistic freedom? Like, these people made this movie, these artists made this movie, these computer graphics people, they made this movie, and this is what they wanted Sonic to look like. Because they could have made him look like whatever they wanted. But this was the decision they made. They chose it. And now they're basically kind of have their arm twisted behind their back to change it because so many people have complained about it. So where does that artistic expression, where's the line?
The line that, in my opinion, this is not artistic expression. This is to serve us, the fans. Nobody's going like, I have a labor of love, and it's the Sonic the Hedgehog movie. And if they did have that labor of love, then they would know not to draw Sonic like that. It's like this. Look, so when we were collecting Garbage Pail Kid cards, Crystal's got, I think, just about every Garbage Pail Kid card. We ran across things of people who worked for the Garbage Pail Kid's like, oh, I have a new artist drawing job, and it's to draw Garbage Pail Kid cards. You get a spec sheet, and the spec sheet has, like, this is what it looks like at 3/4 turn. This is what it looks like here. These are how big the proportion of the body you have to draw the eyes and the mouth to. Like, there's, like, things. Same with Simpsons. Like, to draw Simpsons characters for the Simpsons, there's a sheet that you go by, and they just ignored it for Sonic. I do not want a Sonic that looks like a guy in a suit. I want my Sonic with the oversized shoes.
Right. I mean, I see that. I see that. And I get that it's a movie and you're making the movie for people. And if they're not going to enjoy it because they're going to be distracted by the way Sonic is designed,
yes,
it's not going to go over well. So I do see that. But it did make me think, how many things can social media is crazy. Like, social media can really cause big changes in a lot of things if enough. Look at the Surge revolution. Do you remember that? I mean,
yeah.
We got rid of Surge years ago, and then somebody started a Facebook page, bring back Surge, and it grew. And then he started making billboards and advertising, and enough people banded together and got the attention of Coca-Cola, and they went, hey, let's bring it back. There's enough people that want us to bring it back. I mean, that's just the power that I don't think a lot of people even realize as a community that you can have to bring something back or change something. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, it goes both ways. It's good for things like that, or Crystal Pepsi, or bring back things from the past. But then it also like rears its nasty head and turns everybody into a bunch of apologists. I was trying to listen to a podcast, the Game of Thrones podcast I listened to, and all they did was like apologize and try to be neutral about every opinion, about everything they said. Everything has to be a 5-minute spoiler warning. It's exhausting.
Right. Yeah, I do see it definitely can go both ways with people bringing up stuff that, 20 years ago, not necessarily that it was acceptable, but it was just something that, people were like, oh, it is what it is. Where now there's so many things that people are immediately. We watched Dumb and Dumber last night. I don't know why, but we did. And the whole time I'm watching that movie, I'm going, How did this movie ever make it as a movie? There are so many things said in that movie. If that movie would have been made today, it never would have made it to the theaters.
Oh yeah, it's all I think about when I watch anything from like the 90s and beyond, and maybe even just like 5-7 years ago. Just wow, you can't say that. You can't get away with that. That would never fly these days.
It offends far too many people because people can't just, it's a movie. It's a movie. It's not real. It's a movie. But oh man, they said something offensive. Ooh, it's a movie.
I feel like I forgot to be offensive when I was growing up. Like, I never was fazed by that, or it never really bothered me. Like, I just watched the thing. But yeah, watching some of that old stuff, you can't get away with it. All my life, I've been told how Blazing Saddles was the greatest movie ever, and I finally just hit play the other day because it was on Netflix, and about 2 minutes into it, I had to shut the doors and the curtains, and I kind of like sunk down on my couch a little bit. About 12, 13-minute mark, I just turned it off. I'm like, this is like, I'm trained nowadays to like, this is not appropriate or
Right.
at the least. So I don't know how to laugh at this, but I was shocked.
Yeah, that was kind of how we felt watching Dumb and Dumber. Jamie and I both sat there, and every time they would say something, we look at each other and go, how the heck? Oh, this movie was made over 20 years ago. Like,
right.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, there was never a movie in the 90s that did not have gay jokes at all. Hardcore gay jokes.
Yeah, and it definitely did, and it had a lot of the snide remarks about women as they walked by, and like stuff that now, if you were to play that movie now, you would have a theater full of mostly uncomfortable people. Like, people wouldn't find it funny, which is just
not allowed to laugh out
weird.
loud.
Yeah, and if you laughed out loud at any of it in the theater, you would have somebody jumping over a seat to like beat your butt because they're like, you can't laugh at that. That's offensive.
Yep.
And I don't know. It really made me think. It really it blew my mind.
I love it. And you're doing it right now. Beat your butt. Who said? You've never said that ever.
Right?
You've never said that. Like, there it is. Like, what have we succumbed to?
I don't want to offend anybody.
I know. Spoilers
I was
coming up.
hoping
It's
you'd
offended.
catch that.
Yes, I did. I'm not letting you slide on any of that stuff. I don't know.
It's crazy.
I don't know how we got here. But
we were talking about the power of social media. So back to the power of social media.
Yes.
Did you see Wendy's tweet? If you don't follow Wendy's on Twitter, even if you don't eat Wendy's, it doesn't matter. If you don't follow Wendy's on Twitter, it's the greatest Twitter account ever. Because they roast people and they're snarky to people, and it's hilarious. You know, somebody will say, "Oh, I can get my spicy chicken nuggets at Burger King." Oh, why would you do that to yourself? Or how could you do that to your friend? Like, so anyway, you know who Chance the Rapper is, right?
Yes, I do.
So Chance the Rapper put out a tweet because Wendy's got rid of their spicy chicken nuggets. I don't know, it was like 2 years ago, but they didn't get rid of them everywhere. They got rid of them in a lot of locations, but like in the Midwest, you could still get them for a while. Mm-hmm. And then I think it was just recently they actually discontinued them everywhere. And I guess it was Chance the Rapper's favorite thing because he put out a tweet asking them to bring back spicy chicken nuggets. And Wendy's put out a thing and said, if we can get this tweet to 2 million retweets or 2 million likes, whatever it was either 2 million likes or 2 million retweets. I don't remember. But either way, they're like, we'll bring back spicy chicken nuggets. And I'm going, they're actually going to, let's see if I can find it. They're actually going to do it. They're actually going to bring back spicy chicken nuggets because it got retweeted. Yeah, it was. So if you can get our tweet, this one right here, to 2 million likes, we'll bring back spicy chicken nuggets. Because Chance the Rapper said, positive affirmations for today. I will have a good day. I will succeed today. Wendy's will bring back spicy nuggets at some point. Please, 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 Lord, let it be today. That was his tweet.
How many?
And he didn't even at Wendy's. Like, he didn't even tag Wendy's in the tweet. And somehow Wendy's saw it, retweeted it, and said, if we can get this to 1 million retweets, we'll bring back spicy chicken nuggets. Guess how long it took?
Probably I would say about 4 hours.
It actually took a day and a half.
Okay. I'm like, there's 2 million people on Twitter still?
Right.
Did you do your part in this?
Yeah, because I liked them. So of course I did. But again, it goes back to what we started this whole topic on, the power that people have to change or to get companies to do what they want them to do.
Right, and this is the fun power, and it's good for the companies because it's like, yeah, if you want this, I'll make you up a batch of this stuff if that's what's selling.
Right? Well, and look at the promotion, and this I was talking to Jamie about it. I'm like, look at the promotion Wendy's got from this. It was in the news. There were people talking about it all over the place, and it's like free publicity for them. And now people are paying attention. Are they really going to bring it back? Are they really going to do that because they got 2 million likes? Are they going to follow through with what they said? Well, of course they are. You know they're going to bring it back.
Right.
And you know there'll probably be some big campaign thing that they do, and Chance the Rapper will probably be part of it because he led the way to get the spicy chicken nuggets back. It's crazy what the power of a group of people on the internet have.
Yeah, I'll eat some Chance the Rapper nuggets. I'm good.
That's what they should rename them.
Yeah, that's the best thing at that place. That place, everybody at the bike shop eats there all the time, and they talk about how great they are. First of all, those burgers are not even round; they're like square. Like,
Yes,
what
Wendy's
is that?
burgers are
That
square.
messes with my mind. I don't know where to start. Do I start at the corner? Do I start midway through between the two corners? Now it's work and a chore to try to figure out a way to attack my burger. I just don't get it. The buns are still round. It's not like the buns are square. There's like 4 different choices, and it's like, do you want 1 patty, 2 patty, 3 patty, 4 patties, or just 14 pounds of bacon on a patty? That's all you get there. Their salads are good though. Their salads.
There's a lot of choices. Greg doesn't like Wendy's burgers because they're square either.
Yes. See,
He doesn't.
he knows.
See, now I really liked their spicy chicken Caesar salad.
Yes, I got that
And
for a while too. They discontinued it at our Wendy's.
I was gonna say I went there the other day and it's discontinued. They still have now they have that Parmesan grilled chicken. Who wants grilled chicken on it? I'm gonna have a salad. I want deep fried chicken on it.
Right? Yes.
I'm like, the lady's like, oh, we now have grilled chicken Parmesan Caesar salad. And I went, oh. I'm like, can I just still get spicy chicken on it? And she goes,
That locked her up.
I'm not sure.
Yes,
So she had to she had to go and ask her manager, and the manager came and they're like, yeah, we can just swap it out. That's no
do
problem. I'm like,
anything you want. It's just ingredients, and you're giving me money.
right?
That poor girl. I have to ask my manager.
I'm like, I just want the other chicken. I want the chicken that I always get on the salad. My favorite thing at Wendy's used to be their chicken Caesar pitas. I don't know if you remember those from like the 90s.
I don't. I was eating baked potatoes from there.
Oh gosh, those were good too.
Yeah. No.
Wendy's is a very underrated fast food restaurant.
It is. Well, their Frosties were good. Dippin' fries and Frosties was always so good. I just don't recall eating there growing up because I didn't eat there too much. That their burgers were always square like that.
Yep. Yeah. They were always square. Yeah.
I should
They've
like
been
it.
like that for forever.
I should like it more. The side of the package is just pretty much a picture of crystal. So, so that should just be good for me. But this is the good part of the internet that I like, though. I like that the internet can bring back all the fun stuff that we like. If everybody wants those spicy nuggets, then I guess I do too.
Yeah, I'm gonna start a campaign. What do I want to do? I want them to create the sequel to the Dark Crystal that they said they were gonna make back in early 2000s, and they wrote the whole storyline for, but never started filming.
Really?
Yeah, they have the entire sequel to the Dark Crystal, and the whole storyline is written. They have everything figured out. The Jim Henson Company did it all, but they didn't build any of the puppets for it, and they didn't start filming. And they had the money for it, and then it got canceled.
Oh, that would be
Now they're doing
good.
that. Netflix is going to have the Age of Dark Crystal Age of Resistance prequel series.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a 6 or 8 episode series, and it's actually going to be a prequel to the Dark Crystal. So like before the crystal cracked and before all that stuff happened. I don't know if you've seen the movie.
Yes,
but,
I have.
it'll be before everything happened, and it's like a 6 to 8 episode series. But now I'm worried because Disney owns Jim Henson Company, and Disney is now doing Disney Plus. If they're now, even though the puppets have been made and they've started filming everything, if they're going to pull the series and put it on Disney Plus, which I'd be fine with as long as it still comes out. I don't really care.
Right. Yeah, maybe it'll
But
go there. They'd be smart to put it there.
Yeah. So I'm going to start a campaign and for the
Dark Crystal 2
Dark
Electric
Crystal
Boogaloo. I'd be okay with it as long as they went and they did it with the Muppets. I don't want them to do it CG stuff. Yeah, I need to have hands up things. I need to have dangly arms like marionette style.
That's how the prequel is being done. The prequel is done with Muppets. So there's my internet rant for the day.
If I could bring back anything, it would be the chili cheese burrito from Taco Bell. It was called the Cholito, and it was the best thing ever. And in junior high, I'd get off the bus stop early, and I'd walk through the Taco Bell with my lunch money, and I would be like, 1 Cholito, please. And then I'd get my Cholito, and I'd be so happy. And they don't have it now. And then I'm just like, do you have chili? And they're like, no, we don't even have chili. So they can't even like make me a Cholito. You ever had one of those ever?
I don't think I ever had one of those. Greg used to always get the Mexi Melt, and the other day we were having game night. We were all down here having game night. And we were talking about it, and he's like, they discontinued it. He's like, I've been eating the Mexi Melt. I don't know what it was, but it was always what he got. And he's like, I've been eating a Mexi Melt for 25 years at Taco Bell. That's all he would ever get. And now they don't have it anymore.
People are mad when I type in Mexi Melt. Where's the Mexi Melt? What is a Mexi Melt? Let me see what a Mexi Melt is. Oh, it's just like a taco. It's a taco.
It's like every other thing at Taco Bell.
Yeah, Taco Bell is 3 things. Hi, welcome to Taco Bell. Would you like it crispy, soft, or flat?
Right.
And then everything else is just the same. But that's all you can do.
Yep.
You can either just get a crispy thing, a soft thing, or a flat thing. No, the
Pretty
Mexi
much.
Melt, I can't even describe to you guys at home what the Mexi Melt is because it looks like a taco or a burrito or like it's everything.
I think the difference between the Mexi Melt and like a soft shell taco was the Mexi Melt had the what's it called? Pico de whatever stuff.
Wait, whoa.
The
What's it called?
the tomatoey and oniony gross stuff.
Yeah, it does look like it's got like a supreme topping to it that would just looks like it's gonna
Yeah, I
fall
think it
out.
had that, and I don't think it had lettuce on it. I think was what it was.
Oh,
I don't
sorry,
know.
Greg. R.I.P. your Mexi Melt. Now you're in my Chilito.
Google Chilito.
Yeah, Google Chilito Taco Bell.
Chilito Taco Bell.
Yeah, see, this is a big old chili
Ooh.
cheese burrito. It was mostly like that first picture. There's like 6 or 7 pictures on there, and everything looks like a stock photo, except for that first picture of a half-eaten one. That's what it looked like. It looked like soup in a tortilla. Is your Taco Bell pretty good?
Yes.
Ours is hit or miss here. Like our Mexican pizza lately, like all the toppings are always sloshed to the side, and I feel like they keep getting smaller.
The people that work at ours are actually really nice. When I was doing agility with Memphis every Tuesday, I would stop there on the way home, and so we'd always do Taco Tuesdays at Taco Bell just because it was easy and I didn't get out till like 7 o'clock. They were always really nice. They would always throw like extra stuff in there. Like they were always super nice, and they always make me enchiladas, even though enchiladas aren't on the menu anymore
Oh,
either.
those were good.
You can still get them if you ask for it. They can actually still make those.
I want to say that they're on
Now
our menu.
It's considered a secret menu item, I guess.
Ooh, just what is it? Just pretty much as a burrito with red sauce on it.
Pretty much.
Yeah, those are good. I never had those growing up until I was older when they brought them to California.
Yeah. Geez, we must be hungry. All we've done is talk about food.
I know. That's what happens every time. We could talk about more food.
Oh, as I was scrolling through Facebook the other day, I saw this article and I thought it was funny. And it says Taco Bell rates Midland Mall. It's even a mall location. Midland Mall location, #1 in the entire chain of Taco Bells. So out of over 7,000 Taco Bells, a Taco Bell inside of a mall in Midland, Michigan, which Midland's not that big, was rated #1 for like cleanliness and customer service and everything. So Taco Bell recognized the store by giving everybody that works there an Xbox One S, and then the manager got an all expenses paid trip to Hawaii.
Oh, wow. Does that mean every other Taco Bell that's not living up to the normal Taco Bell standards of regular Taco Bell because it's either like, remember, crispy, soft, or flat, is in trouble? Like, do they all get docked for this? Because shouldn't they be all equal?
They should be all equal, but I really don't know.
Wow.
It just means that if you want really good Taco Bell and you want everything to be perfect, you have to come to Midland, Michigan and go to the Midland Mall to get your Taco Bell.
How far is that from you?
Like 2.5 hours.
Okay. What fund me site do we need to go do to raise enough gas money for you to go down there, have Taco Bell, and come back and tell us all about your experience?
Give us a review. I don't know. I got to go downstate in a couple weeks, so maybe we'll swing through there. I'll see if I can convince Jamie. Can we go to the Midland Mall just to get Taco Bell?
if you're close to there, then you have to go by for sure. But good for them. Like they all got some Xboxes and probably free Taco Bell gift certificates.
Yeah, apparently Taco Bell has like the 100 Golden Bell restaurants. So like the top 100 stores get this like Golden Bell restaurant award. And so of course Midland got one for being #1, but there's
Right.
also in Michigan here, the one in Frankenmuth and the one in Grand Haven also got like the Golden Bell thing. They didn't get all the Xboxes and stuff, but they got the highest awards. So apparently there's 3 Taco Bells in the state of Michigan that are all really nice and clean and good.
Yeah, you proud of your state? The fact that you guys got fast food on dial? People in Michigan are way better with the sour cream gun than anywhere else in the country.
Something to be proud of.
Michigan
I
hands are
guess.
bigger than everybody else's hands, so you get 5 taco sauces in your bag instead of 4. Give them a bell.
I just thought it was interesting when I read it. I'm like, that's kind of neat. Never heard about it before.
I've never worked fast food. It looks interesting.
Never?
No, it looks stressful back there.
It's so my very first job, like not babysitting and not cutting grass or raking leaves or doing odd jobs. My very first job was McDonald's. And I worked at McDonald's for 3.5 years total.
Did you have to go down to the basement and like do training for like a day with the tapes?
The McDonald's I worked at didn't have a basement. We had a back room. But yes, I had to watch the cringy VHS tapes because that's how long ago I worked at McDonald's.
Yeah, those are all on YouTube now. They're fun to watch.
Yeah, they teach you all the customer service things and how to make things correctly, and 2 pickles on a burger and 1 squirt of the ketchup and mustard were actually in like this thing that puts the exact same amount on everything. There, 1 squirt for this, 2 squirts if it was a quarter pounder. I remember a lot of it. A lot of it.
Was it harder?
How long the fries are good for? The fries are only good for 7 minutes. After 7 minutes, you have to throw them out. There's a little timer that goes off.
Oh yeah, weren't you talking about double dipping fries one time?
Yeah, yeah.
You put
I
it back
didn't
in
do
the
it,
bath.
but yes, people have done it.
Is it hard?
Um, it's I had fun working at McDonald's for the most part. Like I think if you have a good manager and a good crew, it's not really that hard. It's not as stressful as you'd think. I mean, there were times like we would get a bus and it would just be chaotic. You're trying to
30
like
10
make
to
all this
ones.
food because you're trying to feed an entire football team. But it I don't think it was hard.
What goes wrong? Like, what is it like? Oh, dude, this is just tragic. Like, what's tragic there at McDonald's?
People that take ketchup packets and go into the bathroom and pop them in the bathroom all over the place.
Oh, like they're all twisted up and popped.
Yeah, yeah, we that had happened quite a few times.
You ever run
I
out
mean,
of
there's
meat?
not really. Oh no, we did have an incident. We were closing one night, so there's this cleaner stuff that you have to put on the grill, and it's very I don't know if acidic is the right word. You're not supposed to touch it. You have to wear these big long gloves when you clean the grill, and you put this like cleaner stuff on it, and there's this big wipe thing that you have to do every single night. This has to be done, and we were there the one night I was closing, and I think it was my manager Aaron was there. It was Clay, Nick, and I think we were the only ones closing. So anyway, Clay, my friend Clay, was cleaning the grill, and these things came in like a packet, like a salad dressing packet.
Mm-hmm.
So you peel off the top, you'd pour it all over the grill, and you'd throw it away. Well, you had to open it with gloves on and stuff. So he peels off the top of this packet, and he just peeled it wrong, and it sprayed all over, right by where his man parts are on his pants, and immediately started soaking through his pants. And he takes off flying. The employee bathroom was in the back of the store. He goes flying to the back of the store, locks himself in the bathroom, and the next thing you hear, he's got the door open. He's like, "Do we have any extra pants?"
Oh.
Because he got that stuff all over his pants. And the only pair of pants because we had crew uniforms in the back, but we didn't have a lot of them. We had like this huge pair of women's crew pants, and I want to say they were like a size 22, and this guy was not like a women's size 22. This guy was just a tall, skinny guy. So he had these pants on. We gave him the pants, and he had them like folded over 3 times. He had a big clip on him so he could keep the pants on. That was kind of chaotic because we didn't know, like, we knew he had to go in there and get it off, because if he could have been injured, he could have burned himself pretty bad.
Right.
But that was kind of chaotic. I burned myself on the fryer once. I actually have a scar from McDonald's where I touched the baskets that you put the fries in. I pulled one up, and I pulled them up out of order. So I pulled the right one up, and then I pulled the left one up next to it. When I pulled the left one up, the right one was hanging, and I touched it with my arm and burnt my arm pretty bad.
Why did you go against protocol?
Probably because we were in a rush. I don't know.
Right. But you guys never ran out of meat.
No, we have 3 McDonald's in Alpena, so anytime we came close to running out of something, and the same people owned all 3 franchises, so we would just call another store and be like, "Hey, we're low on this. Can we get this?"
Oh, well, that's pretty convenient.
Yeah, we never really ran out of stuff. That was never really a big thing.
All right, what's that?
Oh, go ahead.
No, you go first.
I can remember being there during like snowstorms where, the state of Michigan's telling everybody to get off the roads, and we would still stay open.
Really? And people were still coming to McDonald's?
No, nobody would come in, but our franchise owners wouldn't let us close. They're like, "Would you stay there? You're safer there."
Who knows who might need a Happy Meal?
Mm-hmm.
So your favorite McDonald's sauce, barbecue or sweet and sour?
Neither.
Wow.
Who eats either one of those? It's hot mustard.
Ooh, I was late to the hot mustard game, so that doesn't make me think of McDonald's. I was always a barbecue sauce fan until I got older, and then it was all sweet and sour sauce.
It's funny that we're having this conversation because I was just talking to Jamie about it earlier, and I'm like, I don't know how anybody can eat McDonald's sweet and sour sauce.
Oh,
It's
it's
disgusting.
so good. I'll dip my burger bits in there. I'll dip all the fry bits in there. It's so good.
Yuck.
What's the other
No, it's hot
option?
mustard sauce, and I chicken nuggets with the hot mustard, and I really like their fries with hot mustard sauce.
Yeah, that sounds like it would be good. Is there a third sauce? Do we have another option?
I like the honey. If I'm eating chicken nuggets, I like the honey as well.
Oh, okay. I forget about those. My go-to is just always the sweet and sour lately.
When I first started working at McDonald's, the only options we had were the barbecue, sweet and sour, hot mustard, or honey. That was it. Now they have like barbecue, hot mustard, sweet and sour, honey, ranch. They have a buffalo one now.
Okay, so they got their sauce game's high.
Yeah, they've got a couple different ones now. They're all not worth it. Just go with the hot mustard. And speaking of going back to what we started all
Yes.
this topic on, and the internet being in control of everything.
Uh-huh.
What was it, 2 or 3 years ago?
Mhm.
McDonald's discontinued hot mustard sauce, and the internet flipped out.
Right.
And it only took a couple months, and they brought it back.
Yeah, it only took Rick and Morty to get Szechuan sauce to come back too.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So again, with the people like their fast food apparently.
Yeah, and the sauces are a big thing. I think the Sawsum sauce is pretty good at the Wendy's, actually. That's pretty good. Next time you get something there, you should ask for the Sawsum sauce.
I don't know that I've ever tried that.
Yeah, if you ask for awesome sauce, they'll be like, "You mean the Sawsum sauce?" Yeah, you should try that. So we'll leave it up to you guys. What do you guys think the best dipping sauce from your fast food restaurant is? You can leave a comment on our Podbean page at ccmousepodcast.com or on our Facebook page at Find It.
Find it. It is actually CC Mouse Podcast, but it's facebook.com/groups/CC Mouse Podcast.
Yeah.
Because it's a group, not a page.
Oh my gosh, you have to commute to get there with that address.
I think I'm going to start a Facebook page just so when we say that, people who look for the page will find it, and then the group is listed on there.
Yeah, the good thing is everybody's internet savvy these days, and it's just a couple more clicks and then you're there.
Yeah. If you just search it, it comes up.
Right. Well, so let's get into my ever more unpopular Game of Thrones minute. Have you seen how big the thread on our Facebook page is about the disgust and hate for this show?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. I almost feel bad poisoning your ears with what I have to say next because it is so unwelcome and unwanted. People want more tea talk. You know that, right? People are asking for more tea talk, but yet I'm shoving Game of Thrones minutes down their throats. So okay, here's the thing. I'll finish this out. There's only 2 more episodes after this, and then we'll never talk about Game of Thrones minute again, okay? Okay, and that'll count. All this time we've been talking about it will count towards my minute. So in this latest episode of Game of Thrones, as you remember last time on Game of Thrones Minute, brought to you by me, I was disenchanted by the show forever, and that hasn't changed this week. But the only thing that I care about was the fact that production did not catch the Starbucks drink that was left. We don't know if it was mistakenly or not, on top of the counter next to Dany Targaryen while they were having a big scene in the Chow Hall.
Now, did you see it while you were watching the show?
I did not, and I would have had a chance to see it because they have since removed it, but I would have had a chance to see it because I watched it right when it came out at 6 o'clock, and I wasn't because the dude in front of him, Tormund, he had some good stuff to say, so I was watching that. I did not catch it at all, and I didn't see anybody on the internet because right when it ends, Crystal runs right to Reddit. We're there all night seeing theories. None of us saw it till the next day.
That's crazy.
Yes. And you saw the pictures of it, right? How could you not? You don't even have to like the show. You saw the pictures.
I did. I saw the pictures. I saw the uproar on the internet.
And it was all uproar because they thought it was product placement.
And I mean, maybe it was.
It could have been. I mean, why not? That's funny. Ha ha ha. You know, we've gone a lot of years loving these characters. We might, and you've already ruined the show, so you might as well just leave a hot drink on there. I thought it probably wasn't placed there because I would have thought they would have taken that little brown heat thing that goes like halfway up your coffee cup and covered the logo most of the way. They wouldn't have had that there.
Right. That's true. I know they did. Somebody said they did like tweet about it. They made like a joke about it.
Yeah, HBO made a joke about it. They said something to the fact that like, oh, that Starbucks drink was there by mistake. Actually, she likes tea or something like that. It was some sort of like bad witty. I butchered the joke, but it was something to that effect. But then a couple days later, they digitally removed it and re-uploaded the show. So apparently Starbucks Gate was just an accident. And I don't blame the people that shot the film. I blame post-production. All the color correctors, all the people that go frame by
Right.
frame and make sure everything's done. Like, it just slipped by.
And maybe they saw it and thought it would be funny to leave it in.
I would have thought it was funny. I probably wouldn't have bet my job on it and maybe told somebody about it, but I thought that was funny. I liked it. I wish I would have caught it. That's the thing. Like, if I would have caught it, I would have been jumping up and down on the couch like, OMG. And I would have been just like running around all crazy. So I didn't catch it. So the people that did probably really enjoyed it, but they since removed it. So we don't have to worry about that anymore.
So it's no longer there.
It is no longer valid. And that is my Game of Thrones minutes. I try to make the Game of Thrones minutes palatable for people that don't watch the show. It doesn't have to be about what happened. It could be about things like that.
The only thing I have to add to your Game of Thrones minutes is how all of my friends in the pet world were upset that I don't know who he is or what's going on because I don't watch it.
Jon Snow, one of the main characters, who in episode 1 they got those dire wolves.
Right. And apparently he left his wolf behind or something.
Yeah, in the scene he's like he needs to go down south to King's Landing for business. We won't talk about that. And the dogs were all found in the north where he's at, where it's frozen and cold and dire wolves. So he's just like, hey, go with him in the north. The dog belongs in the north because like it's like part of their like house. Like that's what it is. And at this point, Ghost is the name of the dog, and it's a really huge like inflated CG. Well, it's not CG, but it's like green screen dire wolf, and it's got its ear munched off and everything. And that's fine. He's like, go up to the north, but that's it. And then he just like turned around and like rode off. And this is a compassionate character too. He didn't go like hug it out. We've been seeing the character for the dog for the last few episodes. After not seeing it for a while, they make sure that the dog's prominent in there. So when they sent him up north, he should have hugged the dog. He should have embraced it. There should have been a little a moment, 5 seconds of him and the dog. No, he's just like, the dog belongs up north. And then it shoots a picture of the dog, and the dog's looking at him like, hey, like, what's up? And then they kind of just like leave. And that part was out of character in my opinion. But I didn't think it was going to have you know what? I knew it was going to have an uproar, but I didn't think it was going to be about dog abandonment.
Yeah, and that's pretty much what I saw was all these people talking about, dog abandonment and how could you just leave him like that and you didn't even say goodbye. And like I said, I've never watched the show, but I saw a lot of my friends talking about that. I'm like, oh, that to me, like a moment in that in a movie, I would have cried.
I don't mind that he stays up there in the north where he belongs. I just mind that he didn't give him a hug and goodbye because everybody goes back and forth.
Right.
It's not like he would never see that person again. Well, probably because who knows what's going to happen because the series is about to end. But the dog belonged there. It's just the lack of goodbye and parental abandonment that got people mad.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I get it.
So there, I added to your Game of Thrones.
Thank you, and that is the end of our Game of Thrones minute. Maybe after Game of Thrones is over, we'll go to another show and we'll have to give minutes on other shows.
Doesn't like Big Brother come out or something?
Oh, that comes out in June. We watch it every year. Crystal, after each episode's over, Crystal goes right back to the live feeds. The live feeds usually stay on our screen on our TV for the whole time it's on. If you wanted to get super in depth with Big Brother, Crystal's the one to talk to. I watch it as well, as much as I can, but I'm falling asleep in my bed. It's like 11 o'clock at night. And then at like 1 a.m, I'll kind of wake up a little bit, and she's still on her phone watching the live feeds and going like, oh my gosh, this is about to happen. And she gets really super into it. So maybe if enough people like Big Brother more than Game of Thrones, I could give you my Big Brother minute every week because I do watch Big Brother. So for the past few months, I've been having the word Cameo shoved in my face. And I know it's an app, and I wasn't too sure about it. I'm like, I got to go home and I got to check out what this Cameo is. So I finally got to sit down a couple weeks ago and go to the Cameo. I think it's just like cameo.com and check out what Cameo is. And for those of you guys at home, they're like, what is Cameo? Or maybe I'm late to the game. I'm not sure. Am I late to the game on Cameo?
It's been around for quite a while, but I think it's just recently getting more and more and more promoted mainstream.
Okay, it's just getting in bigger. And okay, so here's what Cameo is, in my opinion, from the limited time I've had with Cameo. Cameo is a place where a C/D-list celebrity goes to die, and for a small to large amount of money, depending on what grade level of celebrity or washed up musician or whatnot you will get some sort of greeting, some sort of hello, some sort of vertical video that they're shooting for you with any kind of message. Happy birthday. A lot of them are happy birthday messages and stuff like that on Cameo. And I kind of am attracted to this. Like, I'm digging it. So I started digging through Cameo here, trying to figure out who's on here, who can I get a shout out from, how much is each shout out worth, like what do they think their worth is. And it's crazy. Have you played with this at all?
Yeah. The dogs have a Cameo.
Do they really?
Yeah.
So let me explain more about this Cameo stuff, and then I'm gonna relate it to your Cameo because we're gonna go to your Cameo. I haven't seen. We're gonna go to your Cameo, and we're gonna check it out in a minute. Hold on. So for
Hold
me,
on.
every time I see Cameo, like, and I'm flipping through people here, and I'm seeing Anthony Michael Hall. So I guess you can pay $200 for a message from him. You know, him and his anger
Right.
issues. Snooki's on here for $300, and she'll do you a happy birthday message or whatever you want. And it gives the latest videos. After you pay for your video, it'll show it on there, and anybody can watch this video of the shout out.
Yeah.
But one thing I've
If you
noticed
choose to share it publicly.
is that what it is? Okay. Ooh,
Yeah, you have
Snoop
to.
Dogg. Snoop Dogg giving shout outs. Snoop Dogg doesn't understand framing in his videos. That's interesting. Gilbert Godfrey. Affleck, you know, he's there. But one thing I noticed, nobody's trying. Nobody's trying hard. Put something like nice on. Half these people are sitting like Snooki's got like that hat on, you know, like one of those like Jenner hats and stuff like that. And she's like in a robe and like could you put some effort into it? Nobody's putting any effort into it at all. The one from Anthony Michael Hall, he's like shooting into the sun. I don't know if I can tell that it's him or not. But really, put some clothes on. Put some effort into this.
Well, I think a lot of it is I think people are just doing it for the big celebrities. I think it's just a couple extra bucks in their pocket. So I don't think for them, for a minute's worth of work, and they're getting $200, that's insane.
But I just gave you $200, Billy Baldwin. Why are you making my video while you're walking to your connecting flight at the airport? He's at the TSA stand like, oh, happy birthday, Billy. And then he's like showing his ID while he goes through, and then it just kind of ends. There are some crazy people on this Cameo though. Some crazy people. Varden, is that what his name is? The little kid that's in the David Dobrik vlogs.
Yeah, right on. Yep.
Yeah, his are cute. For $30, he'll give you a shout out, and he's like laying on his bed, just like chilling, talking on most of these. Bad lighting, but you know he's a kid. Like this is cute. But when you go over to somebody like here, who's over here, Brian Austin Green, that looks so windblown. It's like, yo, dude, like run your fingers through your hair real quick before you do your shout out to me for how much dollars? $200. Wow.
That's crazy. Yeah, some of them are ridiculous. You know Jesus is on there, right?
I do see Social Christ on here. Social Christ was a little bit more moderately priced though. Let me see. He was $25 for a shout out. Yeah, so that's not too bad. Who do you think costs the most to get a shout out for?
Oh gosh, I have no idea. I mean, there's a lot of people on there. There's a lot of celebrities and a lot of musicians. I don't even know who costs the most.
All right, I'm gonna search by the highest, and I'll read these off to you. So coming in at like third place is a football player called Antonio Brown. I've heard of him before. He's a football player. Wow, Christy Carlson Romano, the Ren girl from Ren, from Even Stevens and Kim Possible voice. She's $500. Coming in second place is your friend Kevin O'Leary from Shark Tank at $999 for a shout out.
Oh, that's hilarious. That's so Kevin.
And coming in at first place with more than like 2.5 times that much money for $2,500, icon Caitlyn Jenner will give you a shout out. So I'm clicking on Caitlyn, and she tried. Look, she's framed. She looks like she's paying attention.
Wow.
But $2,500 if you like some sort of well wishes or something, or go follow me on this from Caitlyn Jenner. Any and that's the pinnacle. That is the top of the food chain for this site, which I think it probably does pretty well. It looks like a lot of these people have a bunch of reviews and stuff.
Oh yeah. It's I haven't promoted it a whole lot since I started mine, but it's definitely interesting. It's an interesting idea.
Do they give you requests like, hey, by the way?
Yep. Oh yeah. Yep. We'll get people that, like, for mine, we get people that request, you know, I had one the other day, I think it was somebody wanted me to congratulate their partner for graduating and getting a new job. Like, you know, just give some words of congratulation. I had somebody that had said they were sad and they just wanted some words of encouragement. I've done happy birthday ones. I've done, you know, just different things. Some of them are just people just want the dogs to say hi specifically to them, you know, like just a personalized message from the dogs. And I don't have one for Snow Dogs Vlog, so it's not Jamie and I just do it for the dogs. And when they came to us, part of the reason I thought it was kind of neat was because I get asked for this stuff all the time. Can you
Right.
give me a shout out? Can you wish my kid a happy birthday? Can you tell my wife happy Mother's Day? Can you? And as sad as it is, I can't do it for everybody. I can't respond to everybody. It's just with all the work I have to do and everything I have to do, I can't be constantly doing these things. So, I mean, I don't know if you looked at
No,
mine, but I have mine set at $10. So for $10, I can make a clip for somebody telling them happy birthday or whatever. It doesn't take me that long to do it, but at the same time, it kind of, just makes it worth my time to sit down once every couple of days and go through and fill out all of our
right,
cameos that
because
we get.
how do you put a price on a shout out? Because shout outs are free. Like you
Hard.
can give a shout out, but it's free for one, but it's not free times 100 people that want this, and that's when it starts adding
Right.
up. And how do you put a value on? It's almost like an autograph. It's like when
Yeah.
people charge for autographs. It's like, well, that's kind of odd because like I sign my name all the time on the things, but I need to sign my name a million times, so now there has to be some sort of filter, and this is a
Right.
good filter without you seeming like you're a person that is out for the money. Okay, I'm gonna watch one of yours real quick.
Right.
Okay, I just watched it, and you give good value. You do like more than 5 or 6 seconds. There were long ones, and the dogs were.
Yeah.
You got the dogs to perform.
Yeah, I try to make sure that I have like treats so they're looking at the camera. I try to set it up. Like I've done a couple of them where I've got the dogs to howl for people because that's what they wanted. They're like, "Can you get the dogs to sing?" And it's like, "Yeah, I can totally do that." Like I try to make it, it's $10. They're giving me 10, and I think I out of that $10, I actually only get
Are
$7.50.
you promoting this at all? Because this I have not seen this at
I
all.
haven't super promoted it. I've posted it on Instagram a couple of times with a swipe up link. I actually did promote it last night
Uh huh.
because Mother's Day was coming and I'm like, "Hey, if you want a Mother's Day shout out or something from the dogs, just." So
Did
I actually have 5 orders that I have to do today that I
did
got last
did you
night.
really promote it last night?
I did.
Did
Yeah,
you
I
get
did. I
orders?
promoted it
You
last
got
night.
orders from last night?
Yeah, I got 5.
That's so fun. That's so fun.
So it's nice because I like I said, it's not something that I've like talked about in our videos and stuff like that. But now when I have people email me and they're like, "Hey, my kid's birthday's coming. Could you send us a video of the dogs?" I've had a couple people that I'm like, "Hey, we have this Cameo app. If you want a personalized thing, you can order it through here, and it's only $10." And I've the one lady emailed me back, and she's like, "This is amazing. This is a great way to spend $10 for my kid." And I did a happy birthday, and then I met him in the Grand Rapids Pet Expo. So his name was Liam.
Oh, awesome.
So Liam's mom messaged me, got me to do a happy birthday for Liam, and then I met Liam at the Grand Rapids Pet Expo, which was kind of cool
Oh, that's
because he
cool.
thought it was so cool that the dogs wished him happy birthday. So for $10, like I said, for me to make a 1 to 2 minute video and be able to give back, but at the same time, I'm making, like I said, I make $7.50.
Right.
It makes it worth it. It makes it so I don't feel overwhelmed, and it's kind of a way to do something special for people.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. And you're rubbing elbows here on the same website with the likes of Chum Lee, Simon Rex, and Andy
Sure.
Milonakis. Come on, you're rubbing Andy
You broke
Dick.
up. Yeah, there's a lot of people.
Oh man.
Did you look on your phone? I don't know if it does it on the computer, but on your phone, it categorizes people by animals. There is a lot of animals on
Really?
the site. Yeah.
How do they talk?
Yeah.
Because you've done a good job on showing us what you think that they would say, but like, what is Grumpy Cat? Does Grumpy Cat fetch anything on here?
I don't know if Grumpy Cat has one, but there's a dog on here called Puggy Smalls, and he's a pug, and he does quite a few of them, but all of his are almost identical every time, and he has a little like sign that he sits his dog down on a couch, and then there's a little sign, and he writes a message on the sign like, "Happy birthday to blah 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 blah," or "Congratulations to blah 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 blah," and then like kind of just does these short little videos with this dog, which is cute because people like pugs, and his are only $10 as well.
Right. The Tinkerbell
But
the dog's here, and Tinkerbell the dog is just kind of sitting.
Hey, Corinne,
Oh.
it's me, Tinkerbell the dog. Your parents told me it's your birthday,
Oh,
and not
now that's just
any
creepy.
birthday. Your sweet 16.
Oh no, stop. Oh, that was creepy. Please don't ever cuz you don't really talk for them. You just kind of
no, I don't talk for them. I talk thoughts of them in my voice. It's not like, I change my voice a little bit, but I'm not a cartoon character voice for my dogs.
Oh my gosh, that was so creepy. It's like this little Shih Tzu dog, and it's got a pink party hat on, and it says "Happy Birthday." I just typed in "dog," and it was the first one that came up. And the only thing that it was missing
Right.
was its mouth moving. Like it was so
Yeah.
creepy. Oh no, no.
Yeah, see, there's a lot of them on there that are just way too much.
This is kind of fun though. I think I need a cameo from Gary Busey.
Well, you can always get a cameo as an intro to the podcast.
Right? It could be
So
Gilbert Gottfried.
the way it works is when you order the cameo, you get to type in what you're looking for.
Oh,
And some of them are like a word for word. Like you can type it in and they're like,
Right.
I want you to say this. And then you can deny them. You can say, no, I'm not doing it. Or you can say, yeah, I'll totally do it.
we could get Ellie Beast to do our intro, or we could get Gilbert Gottfried. Thanks for the CC Mouse podcast. We could totally do that. Wow, I want one now. Who do you think would not be on there that's on there? Like what D-list celebrity? I wonder
have no
I wonder
idea.
if Carlton from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air is on there.
Probably. I mean,
He's
I don't
not.
see why not.
He's not on here.
He's not on there.
I'm sad. Alfonso Ribisi is not on here.
Oh,
Darn.
that's a bummer.
Who do you think's the most famous person though?
Oh gosh, I have no idea.
I don't see everybody seems like that they're almost forgotten that's on here.
Yeah, I think a lot of the people that are on there aren't like the there's some people in there from like the athletes and stuff that are still in the now.
A little bit. Here's a good one for you. How much do you think Toby Turner is?
Toby Turner's on there.
He's Toby Turner's on here. Toby Turner's on here with like a 5-year-old profile pic.
Oh my gosh.
How much? How much for a shout out from Toby Turner?
I don't know, $25.
Close is 50.
Really?
Yeah,
See, he should be 25.
He looks a little worse for wear on there. Oh, that's not, that kind of made me sad clicking on his thing. Well, anyway, guys, if you guys have a chance to go check out Cameo, it's a good time. Am I being too harsh on Cameo here? Like, am I being too harsh?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, Epic Mealtime Harley. Oh, he was cool. I met him at VidCon. Were you there when I met him at VidCon? He's
Yeah, when he was walking.
Yeah, he's
'cause
so
he was
tall,
super tall.
So tall. I like him. He was really,
Yeah.
really cool. But yeah, go there. Go to Cameo. Visit Jess's page just so you can get like a baseline of what like a cameo should be, and then click on some of these people, some of your famous friends that you liked when you were a lot younger, because that seems to be what's on here, and play some of their cameos. It's very interesting to see them like out of the limelight, no makeup. They're clearly doing this on their own. Do you
The
want
guy from Rudy, remember Rudy?
Yes,
He was also in like Lord of the Rings. I don't remember his real
Sean
name.
Austin?
Yeah, he's
Yes.
on there.
Okay, I do see him on here. Oh wait, fresh off season 2 of Stranger Things fame.
Yeah.
How much is it? How much is it for him?
I think he was like I
There
think he
is,
was 200.
$200.
Yeah.
$200. Half the cast of The Sopranos is on here. There's a lot of people on here. So yeah, check it out. Let us know what you think when you scroll through here. If there's any people that you're surprised of that's on here. Rice Man. Where's Freddie Wan? Is Freddie Wan not on here? I figured he'd need that cash by now.
What's really crazy is I got invited to Cameo a long time ago, and I was kind of like, and it was very, very new at the time, and I'm like, I don't know how I feel about this. Like, this is just weird. But then when they came to us, just a couple months ago again, and they're like, hey, you should do this. I'm like, I got on and I saw that they had like a whole animals section, and there was so many like more. It felt more normal. It was like, okay, now I'm not the first.
Yes,
Other people are
now's
doing
the
this.
time.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
weird because
So
if
I'm
you
like,
push
I'll
yourself,
get on here.
if you push yourself first, you almost feel like that person that's like, give me the money, give me the money, give me the money. But it's like, oh look,
Yeah.
everybody's doing it now. Let's go have fun over here. Why not? One of my favorite people I just clicked on right now is Dame Drops. His shout out, I'm gonna play some of his shout out. I bet his shout out is on point. I love this guy.
Dylan, what's going on, man? It's your main man, Dame Drops, out here wishing you
I
the
love
most
him.
super official 15th birthday, man.
Oh, see, I love him. He was shaking the camera and everything. That's good. Production value. How do I favorite you?
Yeah.
He was so
Yeah.
good. He was so good. I like that guy. So,
See, to get him to do a podcast intro.
oh, that's right. Super official.
And it's not like, we could do different ones each week and just get different people to.
I don't have this kind of Cameo money. Do you have any coupon codes for me?
I don't have any. You should get on Cameo.
Oh my gosh, what am I gonna say? I could not take anybody's money to like be like, hi. I'd get all shy, like, happy birthday, way to go around the world again. I would do like that would be fun. It would be something fun to do. What's your Cameo?
Cameo.com/gone to the snow dogs.
See, since now I know how much you're charging for like per word, every time I talk to you on the phone or anything, I'm going to be getting extra value, right? Or a bill, or a bill. Sorry, I'm going to have to charge you for that conversation. Oh, Shay Carl's on here. Yeah. $35.
There's a lot of. Is Charles Trippy on there?
Let me see. No Charles Trippy. I'm going to see if I can
David
type in his name.
Dobrik's not on there.
No, David Dobrik's not on here. I'm surprised he's not on here. He could make a lot of money for his shoutouts.
Jason Nash is on here, but I don't think he's taking orders. His is off right now.
All right, so that'll do it for this week's episode of the CC Mouse podcast. But before we go, I have a favor to ask of you guys. Blake is new to Instagram. Well, he's had Instagram for a few years, but he doesn't know how to use social media, which is a strange and interesting thing to me. But his classmates, as he's getting older, started including him on Instagram stuff. So he's got one now. So I encourage all of you guys to go find Blake on Instagram at BusterBlake27. And go say hi, encourage him to post pictures. I can't get him to do hardly anything. He does some story stuff, but we need to like educate him on how to use social media because he literally has no idea how to use Instagram. If you see the profile picture of him with the group mask on, that's him. Go follow Blake. Help me help him get acclimated to social media.
That blows my mind that he's not, considering everything you've done.
So much stuff that he does, so many memes. He's on all these sites and just no Instagram. He has an Instagram with a handful of pictures. I don't think he's posted since 2015. No Facebook. He does not own a Facebook, but he's insanely connected to what's going on these days.
That's so crazy.
So crazy, but he's barely starting to use it, and I just want him to like kind of come out of his shell on this Instagram thing. And you can also follow us on Instagram at CC Mouse Podcast. You can leave us a voicemail about your questions or comments about the episode at speakpipe.com/CC Mouse Podcast. And you can find us at our Facebook page at, what was it again?
It's facebook.com/groups/CC Mouse Podcast.
So streamlined. So until next week, we'll see you guys later. Same mouse time, same mouse podcast. Bye.
Bye.
Bam. You didn't hear me, but I dabbed. We did a thing.
We did the thing.